Hello and welcome to What's in this week's Oban Times with me, Kathy Griffiths.
And me, Sandy Neal.
We've got lots of stories and photos for you in the paper and online at www.obantimes.co.uk. We're always happy to hear your stories and see your photographs, so get in touch if you've got news to share. You can call us on 01631 568 000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on Facebook, Instagram or X, formerly Twitter. What have you been finding out about this week, Sandy?
Thank you very much, Kathy. Well, the post office scandal, recently depicted by ITV's Mr. Bates versus the Post Office, is branded the biggest miscarriage of justice in British history. We look at those affected on the West Coast. The Scottish Government is giving local authorities a record £14 billion after a survey suggested a quarter of councils fear they will not be able to balance their budgets in 2024. Train fares across Scotland will rise by almost 9% when the Scottish Government ends its cost of living price freeze, but the hike risks pricing out some Highlanders. Soaring heating bills hit Highland homes the hardest, says one MSP. Meanwhile, Oban Parish Church will be opening their doors to offer a warm space over the cold winter months. Oban's RNLI lifeboat marked its first launch in 2024 with a call-out to an injured woman on the island of Lismore. A fundraiser has been launched after 2 horses lost their stables during the festive period when Storm Gerrit touched down in Argyll. And the Highland Shortbread Showdown is returning for a second year to discover the best biscuits from across the region. That will be some pretty tough competition. Kathy, over to you.
Do they need judges, Sandy? I'm thinking we could volunteer ourselves.
That's a very good idea. I think they need 2 eminently qualified judges, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Perfect for the job. So thanks, Sandy, and I'll look forward to reading all those stories in this week's newspaper and online. In other news, we've been hearing more than 50 jobs are expected to go across Argyll when Menzies distribution closes some of its depots across Scotland. Formal redundancy consultation is expected to start next week. Plans have also been submitted to Argyll and Bute Council to convert a former Oban church into 5 more holiday flats for the town centre. The project's still in the early stages, but it could eventually see the former Free Presbyterian Church in Campbell Street as a new addition to Oban's holiday let market. And a question for you, might be challenging though. Can you help find a home for Oban Men's Shed? If an actual premises is not available, then a plot of ground would also be a good option. Ideally, it would be in the town centre with access for a delivery of wood and enough room to put up their own shed. An area of about 40 foot by 40 foot would do. Any ideas? The peer-to-peer support group, which encourages men to socialise and be constructive, has been homeless since 2021 when the Salvation Army sold the group's space as well as its own worship hall on Stevenson Street. And despite a long search to find a new base to call their home, nothing concrete has turned up yet. Dunbeg could be about to lose its beach cafe. Rising overheads and direct costs, staff recruitment and retention problems have resulted in Argyll and Bute Council having no choice, it says, but to make the difficult decision that it's not likely to renew its lease of the business inside Sam's Ocean Explorer Centre when the contract ends in March. It's a big talking point and there are lots of people who don't want to lose it. And finally, if dropping temperatures haven't already given you the chills, wait till you see the rather ice photos of fun that was had at Tralee's New Year Days Dook. Brrrrrr. So don't forget you can read all these stories and much more at www.obantimes.co.uk or by picking up a newspaper in shops and petrol stations from Thursday. We love hearing from you, so if you have a story, please get in touch. You can give us a call on 01631 5680000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on one of our social media platforms. For now though, thank you for listening and it's goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
And goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, hey.